wasn't sure whether I'm going or not going. And decided to go. And so first the doctors didn't agree, and second, they wanted this day, that day, and second they said your kidney is usual, and so then they want this test, and then the doctors go on holiday. So I took it. I took off. So I went to India, and then so I was very happy that I could go, because it was in the old, not old monastery, the monastery in Debung Monastery where I've been educated as childhood, is back in Tibet. But the continuation of the same monastery is this the continuation. This is very interesting. And the monastery, Debung Monastery, really is in Tibet. That's true. But there's a continuation of Debung Monastery in India. Not only Debung, but Sarak and all that. And the continuation. Why I emphasize that continuation? It is interesting. When we talk about reincarnation, when we talk about the future life, and if we are expecting that ourselves as what we are today will be shifting to next life like we do from today to tomorrow, it doesn't happen. Because we leave our body, we even leave all our plans, thoughts, and everybody. Even our thoughts and the mind and the mental level becomes so subtle, so subtle. So there's no vivid anything. Yet it does not discontinue, and it continues and take different shape. Similar looking, maybe, to satisfy our rational mind, we have similar looking, similar dress, similar structure, similar rule, similar thing. Also, I'm thinking like this, Olympic torch. The first one, wherever in Greece or wherever, that's the torch. And then you continue the fire, and people carry throughout and walk, and wherever the Olympic game is playing, the torch is there. That is continuation. So looking at the monastery today is not the old Debung monastery. Number one is not in Tibet. Number two, the buildings are different. Number three, people are different. Number two, even discipline and the characters are slightly changed in order to adapt to the today's situation. So, but it is a continuation. People will say this is Debung Monastery, and I see this is Debung Monastery. I accept that. No one can contradict that. So it's very reliable. That is as reliable as you get. So when I mentioned the continuation, so I thought this may be an opportunity for you to introduce. That is how the change going to be in one life to another. Looks different. Maybe you're male, maybe you're female, maybe just opposite. Maybe you are hermaphroditous or something. Who knows? Whatever. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. But the person is continuing. But you have different friends, you have a different motivation, you may even have different character. Some of those, this foundation for Mahayana preservation, the Lama Sabaram Rinpoche's group, and people told me, the senior ones, a number of times they told me, the reincarnation of Lama Yeshe is totally different than that of the previous Lama Yeshe, even character-wise, way he thinking, everything. So that's very possible. Very possible. So if you are looking at the same old thing, yes, there's a continuation of the same old thing there, unless person who recognized, giving the recognition had made a mistake, which is also very possible. Very possible. But there is a continuation is there, character may be totally different. And that's why sort of unspoken knowledge of the Tibetans, what do? We do respect the incarnates as almost the previous one. But we know quite a while it is not the previous one. So this is how we draw the line. And this is something people cannot write. They don't write. Even they write, they cannot express properly. It is some kind of knowledge people sees, and you really like it, you appreciate, you want to support, but it's not the previous one, so you don't 100% rely on. So probably that is how it's going to be. It was, and it will be. Perhaps I have to say this, because in the West, not so many will say. Unfortunately, I am one of those seniors, not by rank or anything, but it is almost like, we have a saying in Tibetan, and there's one nomads, and he would like to sit at the end of the roll, and the dog came and beat him. He moved up a little bit. Dog came and beat him, moved up a little bit. Dog came and beat him, he moved up a little bit, and finally he came on the top of the line where people sitting. So I became like that, by age rather than by anything else. So maybe I have to say that. It might not be the out of place. And having said that, and what makes those teachers, whether it is Rinpoche or Geshe or just usual ordinary monk, nun, or lay person. What makes them good? The Tibetans do for that incarnate lamas something because they presume that continuation will carry the previous quality of a development, presuming. And sometimes it looks true because at the learning level, they can learn much easier than the many others. Though human beings have a different intellectual capacity. But many of those incarnate lamas, maybe some of them just reading once or hearing the words or something will affect something. Some incarnate lamas doesn't affect anything. So whatever it is, that all happens. That's what they're presuming. Other than that, everybody, even those who are incarnate lamas, they must have their own spiritual development. And all of us must have it. How do you gain those? Every year I've been saying this. I mean, for the last 1 year, I've been saying that. This is coming out. Learning, contemplating, and meditation. 3. The learning is extremely important. Because I don't mean you have to be scholar, but you have to know what you're doing. If you don't, then all kinds of problems that you're open to, which is not good.